Hello, welcome to the Performance Podcast. I can't remember what episode we're up to now. 5 maybe, possibly 5. You'll know more than us. Here with Darren. Just done a session, and what we're going to talk about today.
I'm going to ask Josh why he became a personal trainer, why he does what he does, why he enjoys what he's doing, and give a bit of insight into the fitness world, because a lot of people are quite interested and they see it as a mystical thing, and that well, it is. It's pretty cool. It's different from the everyday job as such, like what most people are used to. It's it's a hard industry. It's harder than you think. A lot of work goes into the sessions.
Hard but rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of work goes into the session and preparation and stuff. So what you see is basically a little bit of what we do. So I'm going to ask Josh. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Why did you become when did you first become a PT?
So I think I was when I was about, I think it was 18. So I've always been quite a sporty person, mainly from my dad. He played a lot of football, was very good at athletics. That's why I was quite good at football, athletics, that sort of thing. So I've always been into sport, and mainly got down the gym, me and my friend Jamie. When we think it was about 15, not really to actually properly enjoy it, but just because Wissam was quite boring where we lived. So that's pretty much why we done it, just something to do, started training, and then I started going into lifeguarding. And I know that wasn't going to career for me, it was just like a little bit of something, a part-time job. And then one of the people that I was with was working there, he left, so I was like, what's happened, why have you left? Because I got along with him quite well. And he said that he was looking into getting his PT qualification, a place that we knew was hiring down in Witham. So I was like, that sounds pretty cool. I've always been a little bit interested in it, obviously sporty background and going into the gym. I didn't think it might be something that I'd still be doing now, 7 years later or so. And went down there, got my qualification, done that in Southend, started working in Witham, was straight away very hands-on, because it was just a small little gym. So I was quite put down the deep end from the get-go, but it was actually good now looking back on it, because I got quite a good experience from straight away. Worked there for, I don't know, how long have I been in there for now? Almost 2 years, isn't it?
Here?
Think about almost 2 years, isn't it? Coming up to September.
3 years.
I think 2 years here now. So I came here when I was 22, 23, or 22 definitely, almost 25 now. Loved doing what I was doing, and saw ABT, and the rest is history, isn't it?
Yeah, you sent in a video.
I did actually.
It's really good.
Yeah. Many people send in a video.
Quite a few, yeah. But most people just send in the CVs and stuff and apply for a job. But we asked people to do a short video, a 2-minute video, and Josh done it, and he had his top off, and
did he, little kid?
He was working out. And, he had about 3 women round him.
Yeah, that was a different video. That one, I told you not to tell anyone about that video.
We asked for the proper one. No, but so he done a really good interview, and that was that. Really, he was very passionate and just fitted the bill. So I asked him to come in. And then, do you remember your first day?
I remember coming in and seeing you and Diane, and I don't remember my first day. What was that like?
I can remember your first day. I can always remember. I'd turned up a little bit after the first session. This is when Cameron that was training.
Yeah.
So and Josh was just walking out, and I could see in his face he was like a bit unsure about what's going on and such. So I went, so I just walked out. I said, "You okay?" He said, "Yeah. I'm just going to pop into town." I put my hand on his shoulder and went, "Don't worry about it, you made a good choice," because when you've got a bit of comfort in the fitness world, because it's a real cutthroat sort of game, and you jump ship, it's quite a daunting task, and he done that. I said, honestly, you'll be fine. And after about 3 days, you can't say, I've learned so much just within 3 days, and he was more settled, and he just like that, just took off and like a sponge. So I
learned more within like the first week, and with Darren, and obviously Cam and James and that, more than especially Darren, than I did at my other place within being there for 4 or 5 years. So I knew within that first week. But I do remember now you said it, I remember being a little bit like, this is a bit intense, because it was completely different to what I was used to.
Hard what we do. It's scary. It's really scary what we do. I mean, if you look at what Josh does, I mean, I can remember one of his first sessions. He took the whole thing, and he came home. He was all buzzing and said, "God, that was good." I went, "Yeah, it's all right." And now, if you know me, everything I say, if something's good, I generally say, "Yeah, it's all right." He done really well, and that was that, really. So I can remember it all. But I mean, when I got on the fitness, it's a completely different ball game, completely different. So, played football, squash, every level of sport I can probably possibly imagine. I started training hypertrophy, sort of, when I was about 10 or 11, mucking about weights, far too early really. And my very first experience with gym was Crawley Leisure Centre, and I remember going down there with my friend Richard, and I can remember we were training back, I'm sure it was back, and the guy came over, and I wasn't training very well. And he gave us, you know, sort of, can I just give you a bit of advice? And he said, yeah, okay, sort of like not really listening, and he did. And he said, you know, about repetitions and slowing things down and things, and like, you're all right, mate. And then we did a little bit, and you just, and that was that. That was my very first experience in a proper commercial gym.
11, 12 sort of thing.
Yeah. So when I was so you couldn't go in a gym until about 16, but I had my own little gym at home, and plus we used to go on a holiday called Mill Rife, and they'd have a gym there, and train from
didn't stunt your growth though, did it?
I don't know. It didn't.
Darren would actually be 6'7" if he didn't train at 11.
Possibly. But sports are the things that damage my joints and stuff. But hypertrophy, which is weight training in terms of like, you know, functional body mechanics, that's the thing that's kept me going in terms of keeping my knees nice and as healthy as possible. I should have 2 knee operations. You know, basically I should have had 2 knee replacements. I've got arthritis in the thoracic and the lumbar part of my spine, in the axis part of my neck, and that's all through sports and playing guitar and stuff, rotator cuff injury and things. Well, no, that's another story. But my fitness journey kind of began when I was about, I don't know really properly, when I was about 18ish, and I'd done that for a while, and then I got a building company, and then we started building, and then after the building company, hated the building company. We done all right with it, but not my sort of thing. Still into fitness, still training people, but not as much as I do now. And then went full circle back to personal training. And then after years of training back in the gyms, started up my own, and then that ceilinged rather fast, and then went again and again. Before you know it, we're here. But the fitness industry is pretty tough. It's tough. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to be top of your game. You've always got to be learning. It's not easy, as you said. People generally think, I mean, a lot of people think we do like 1 or 2 sessions a day as well. You know, it's not the amount of people, how many sessions do you think we do? And they go, no, 1, 2, go, no. You know, when I was building the business, I do like up to sometimes like 12-hour days, ridiculously long days, group and one-to-one. And it's just, you've got to put that much work in to be able to,
it's one of them things as well. If you don't care about it or actually enjoy it, it shows. It really does, because it's not like you're, you know, behind a computer screen where you're, you know, typing away something and someone else is the other side of the world communicating with you, and you're thinking, oh, God's sake, I just want to be at home. People in clientele can obviously tell when you're not enjoying it, and they can feed off of that. So you've got to have a genuine interest, otherwise that will come across.
Massively.
You know? You really do.
It is, Josh hit it nail on the head there. You have to be passionate to do this. If you don't, first of all, you'll burn out really quickly, and secondly, it's people just see straight through you.
100%.
And if you're not passionate about anything you do, good luck. You're just not going to go anywhere with it. So, but I love fitness. Always have done. Always will do. Dread the day if anything ever happens where I can't do it. Although if that does happen, I still find a way to do it. Nothing generally stops me from doing what I want to do. But otherwise,
so rewarding, isn't it? You used to say, and I was like, when you first, like you said, you first come in, and you was like, you'll get people come up to me and say, oh, you've changed my life and that sort of thing. I was thinking, oh, really? No, it can't happen that much, but it really does. Like, you know, you get it all the time. You know, Dean, just another one the other day, come up to me, Joe and Harry, and was just like, oh, I love it, boys. You've changed my life so much. You know, gave us a nice little card, nice little message, and that. Just little things like that. When someone comes up to you and says that, and knowing that you've affected their life in a positive way, like genuinely. That's just such a nice feeling, and I went home and told my girlfriend about it. It's just really nice, the fact that you're enjoying what you're doing, someone else is appreciating your work, and you know you're making a positive effect in their life. It really is one of the most rewarding things that you can do.
It's kind of anything. If you give something to someone and they respect it and say thank you for it, it's a lovely thing. But when you're actually changing people's lives for the better, and just putting them, so it's very kind of very simple what we do to a point. Okay, we just ask you to do what you should be doing anyway. And it's a really weird process. I won't go down this for another video, but in terms of people think we're changing their life, all we're doing is just telling them what they kind of should be doing in terms of what they should be eating, when they should be eating it. Helps their endocrine system, the hormone system, you know, clean the carbohydrate system, putting the carbs in when they should be required, all that stuff. And it is a case of, yes, it does change your life, but it's something you should be doing anyway. You just moved away from it. So yeah, we're just trying to keep people on track and what they should be doing. It is rocket science to a point, but it's a very deep nutrition and training how it works. But it's what we should be kind of be doing anyway. But
just giving them a gentle nudge, aren't we? It's always what they already know. Yeah. And then, you know,
there's move into it.
Yeah, loads of different entities that you can go off into that, but it's just, like Darren said, very simple, really.
It is. People complicate things too much, and then they get confused. Things are actually quite simple. You just have to kind of get rid of all the fluff and just understand exactly kind of in terms of what you're designed to do, just what you're designed to do, where we come from, and the basic principles of that, and then start applying it, and eventually your body will just move towards it, and you'll understand that feels right, okay, so I'm in the right direction here. You'll know when you're doing something wrong. You feel, when you do something wrong, you feel rubbish. Everyone does, in terms of anything. Like if you do something bad, whatever, you feel rubbish about it. When you do something good, you feel good. So keep doing the things that make you feel good, apart from drinking, smoking and drugs and stuff, because it can give you really bad side effects. Although in moderation, they're all right. Smoking can actually raise your testosterone a little bit. Cigars, don't you? Yeah, can.
I like a little cigar when I go away.
Yeah, it's all to a primordial where we sit around campfires and things like that. So
Is it?
Yeah, so no, I can't go down that route now. But anyway, so yeah, but that's that really. That's me in a nutshell, and pretty much just. But just thought we'd do this video.
Just get to know us a little bit more, sort of thing.
Just talk about just what we do and why we do it, and that's that. Really, it's fun. There's no one in here at the moment. Deadly empty.
So that's it. Expect to hear from us either next week or the week after that for another episode.
Yeah.
And leave your feedback and what you thought of it. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, later. Bye.